Right, welcome back to the another Sunday Sockets and Spanners workshop video. This week, 6150 is back in again. You would have saw it coming in there after its trial run on the moor and its trial run on the tanker. Everything worked as it should, so that is good news. That is very good news. I'm very happy with that. So what's happening now? Right, well, it's in now, so we're going to start and strip the tractor down. So I'm going to take the bonnet off, the panels off, take the mud guards off. That's all going to get sent away for sandblasting and painting. Steps as well will be coming off. Wheels will be coming off. I'm going to, I think I can clean these and paint these myself. I don't need to blast them because the paint's quite good on them. But the hubs need to come off there, and this one here is pretty bad. You can see it there. So they're going to have to be taken off and new seals put on. Up this side, same again. Panels off, mudguard off. There's a new tire to go on there, on that side to match the other side. And the PTO seal, if I can just point here, is to be replaced as well. So there's a few other bits and bobs in there, a few electric things, and the hinges on the window are a bit wonky. So yeah, a few little other things to fix. I noticed them as we were driving it. So anyway, that's it in now. Let's start stripping. Right, it's a wee job I need to do before I forget and before I send these off to blasting, and that is to record the size and the writing on this, because I want to replace these again, identical stickers, because that's part of the history, and I like to try and preserve a bit of history. So we'll measure these up and we'll record what it says on them. Right, not the world's best tape measure, but they are approximately 14 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And what does it say on it? Right, there they are together. So Massey Ferguson, supplied by Isle of Man Farming Machinery Sales and Service. There we go. Anybody who's saying, oh, I wouldn't paint it, there's the back end of it starting to go there, which you wouldn't have seen before. Now, if I don't get it now, I ain't going to get it. Same on this one. Just at the point of failure. Yep, so there you go. That's why I'm blasting and painting. Right, just before we get into the video, just a reminder that today's video is sponsored by Black's Tractors. All Sunday Sockets and Spanners videos are sponsored by Black's Tractors. They are specialists in parts for Massey, Ferguson and Ferguson stuff, particularly vintage and classic stuff. They also have parts for the more modern stuff as well. So go give them a look, www.blackstractors.com. Drop them an email or give them a phone, whatever you like. So thank you to Black's Tractors. Let's get stuck into the tractor. Right, these nuts do not look like they're gonna, as you can see there, they're gonna be easy to get off. Pretty rusted, so give them a spray with WD-40. See if I can get them off. This is a wee thing that Dad has made for making the spirally pipe to protect cables and wires and things, and you just feed the pipe in, spin it round, and it cuts it for you. That's it. And just take it off. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There's your bit of curly stuff.
Hold it there, the other end of it. Oh, like that.
You got it.
You just put your pipe or your
I
put that over the top of your
over the
cable.
pipe,
Brilliant, love it. Right, having a bit of trouble with these. I'll get in here and show you these bolts. They're really rusty in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them with a wire brush and see if they'll screw. They do screw off there, but it's when you get out further on a bit, they don't screw off. So see if we can clean them up a bit using this wee boy. Right, there we go. That is not a new front mudguard. That looks rare. That is the back mudguard off on that side, and you can see it's actually not bad. It's kind of bad on the top, and I think, well, not bad on the top, but there's maybe a wee hole. But in general, I think that can be saved. If it was blasted and fixed up, painted again, that will be fine. What's it like underneath? And you can see there, it's starting to go. And yeah, got it on time. That's what we'll just say. We got it on time. So yeah, so you see it just starting to. Yeah. Anyway, that's ready to go now for blasting and painting. So set that over with the rest of the stuff. Right, got that off there, and we'll go take a look just to see what's in the back here now that this is off. So let's have a look. So in there again, similar to the thing, the mudguard itself, actually not bad. When our 3085 was done, it was a lot worse. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to, later on, I'll take the wheel off and I'm going to clean that, paint that, and then put scotching in it. If you know what scotching is. I've got to take this off, but that'll be all right for now. I just want to get, yeah, that should come off all right. Them big boys there come off. Right, so what I was doing was so I didn't want to snap these off because they'd be easily snapped off. And what I did was I was screwing them out a little bit, screwing them in, screwing them out, screwing them in, just trying to free them up, which kind of worked. There was a couple of them were pretty stiff. You just had to keep working at them. Then Dad came up with this wee boy here that he's able just to stick it on and thread the clean the threads with it. And that worked to get a few more of them off. So we'll do that on the other side. And that should hopefully work a wee bit better than what we had. Right, there is the second one off, and it's actually, as you can see, maybe just not in as good a shape. Really starting to, I think if that gets sandblasted, there'll be holes in that, but maybe there's a hole there. Right, getting on, good progress. I have all the tin work stripped off there now, so the mud guards are off, the side panels are off, the bonnet is off. They're all sitting there ready to go for shot blasting. Well, actually I have to take the handles off, and that's an easy job. However, this one here ain't in great shape. Just look at it here. There's a lot of corrosion, and you can see that there, but there's a lot of corrosion there where my hand is. See there? It's rusty. There's holes up in the corner there. See up there? There's holes there, holes there. I know if I send this off for shot blasting, I'll end up coming back looking like a sieve. And we'll be patching at it like, I don't know what. Might have to just bite the bullet and replace it. Don't know. I'll see what it looks like after shot blasting, and if it's going to be a handling to fix it, I'll replace it. But anyway, that's all that off. As I say, that's all ready to go. So next job is to get these two wheels off, get the tractor up, and get them to, what do you call them? Axle end bits. Hubs. Couldn't think of that there. Get these two hubs off. That's the next job. This is what happens when you start stripping old tractors. You always find something else to do. Now I'm gonna have to take this air filter housing out and get that cleaned up and paint it, because that's gonna rust through. There's a cracked hose. I need to replace that. And then down here, looks like it's just been off the Titanic. Look at the state of this. That's rotten there. So I'm gonna have to do something with that. So I'm gonna take that floor out and patch that up somehow. See what the boss man says, but oh dearie me. But that ain't looking too great there. Anyway, we'll keep going, we'll keep going. Right, there's both wheels off. This one was full of water. No, that one was full of air. And this one was full of water. I don't know why, but I assume that on this side someone damaged the tyre, which was the same as that, replaced it with that, and then didn't fill it with water. That's my assumption, but we'll see. Now, I'll take them off at some point, take the rims out, centres out, and get them cleaned up, I think. Right, so this tyre's full of water, so if you get this valve out, this should scoot out. Whoa! Woohoo! It's only one full of water too.
On one side?
Yeah. Let it go till it empties a bit and then it can. Putting the bend back in the rim because that was bent out there. Think that'll be alright there, Jess?
Aye, I think so. Sure, it was going like that there.
Aye, I'll be alright. Yeah,
Looks perfect.
that side's alright. So flip it over and see what it's like. Right. Now, get this off. Well, no, get the battery out, sorry. And that'll free this up to get into that and see what's going on there. And I need to get that off somehow. Shouldn't be too hard to get off because it just needs paint it. Could probably paint it on there, but just, yeah. Anyway, right. Let's get battery out. Right, here's the problem. These are rusted out and rotten, as you can see. The other side's even worse. That's just not going to work at all. So the plan is, what did you say? Weld a couple of nuts or a bolt on. See if we can get them out that way.
Not sitting cool there to come up again.
That's it out now. Now you just need to see them on the other side.
Hey, do you see me on the see all the old bolts and things that broke off down at the P&O.
Oh, that was the way you got them out. Good God. In case you're wondering what the background noise is, they're working on the 698T cab over at the Vice, and I'm working at the 6150 here. So got this off with a bit of welding and whatever, but it's off and it's absolutely rotten in the bottom. Clean done. So I'm gonna have to flip it over. I'll flip the camera over and show you it in a minute. And there's the sort of space. Take the steering pipes off. A few other cables and things, but that's it done. That's it off. I'll flip the camera over and let you see what the back of this is like. Right away you can see that is clean rotten there. And this thing here isn't far behind it, and there are no holes in it, I don't think, in the old air filter, but I think there might be actually. No holes. Might be alright, we'll see. But that, I'm gonna have to make a new one of them now. But anyway, at least it's off, and we can move on. There's a bolt there. Take that out. Yeah, there's no one there. Rotten. But in here's alright, you know, it's just clean that out, but the Hoover. But that's alright, that was cleaned up, that could be painted. Yeah, fair enough. Right, spotted another wee issue is the turbo here, and there's oil. You can see that there. Oil down through there. Dad's saying if that's pushing oil down, that turbo's going to need to be done up. And I really don't want to be doing that, but when I'm in this far, what do? There's my turbo there, look, there's a real oil leak there, see that? I'm not liking that. So I'm not. Anyway, not worry about it today. Doesn't matter, still be turning. That just screws in there.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. And then what?
Screw that nut off the top,
Right.
and then stick your pipe down over in the washer and the tap will.
Pull it up out. You take this bottom boy off now?
Aye.
This is going to be a Solaria stuff. Oh, yowzers.
Needs to change that.
Does it? I'll be changing it now.
There was two of them. Aye, there was. That'll probably go on a special piece of a dial there, maybe for that. Maybe not.
Yes. And where's the oil seal in the back of that then? So when you take that, how do you get that off?
You need to get a big nut off.
Let's see.
You need a socket with 4 lugs on it.
You take what nut off?
That big nut.
Oh, right.
See, it's.
Oh, I see it now.
It's.
How is it? We don't have one of them, do we?
No.
How do we get that off? Special tool?
I would just take a make them.
Right. Right, this is a tool that Dad has made to get that nut off. It's a special tool that goes on there like that. So he had that, made that. Oops. Get that up out of the dirt. I have to clean that now. Anyway, that's the tool for taking that off. But this boy here is proven tricky. But what's the plan then? So you put tighten this and tighten that,
Aye,
and that'll
tighten the two, even that should jack that off.
that should pull it off that way. You never seen one as tight as that?
No. Usually you hit the top and they slide off in your hand.
Wouldn't be that lucky. My God, that's mighty tight. Got it.
Just get rid of the dirt.
Yep.
Last week, there was a clean the 8th. One was in it, flew over, it was a wee airplane.
Right, okay.
Because it's sealed on the top. See the water's running into that.
Right. That's it.
That burner will be alright. You know, sure.
Just start to pull that out then.
Aye. Mike can sing that song too, you hear that?
Hear him, yes. Does that come out the seal?
Aye.
Don't want to get dirty, so I'll just set it down there. That's the old seal out. Boy, it was leaking. Along with that wonky bit. And then that's the new seal there.
Yep.
Go back in once we get it all cleaned up. Cool.
That would go on the inside, I know. You would know that
The lip goes on the inside to keep the oil in.
Keep the oil in.
Right, and we need a new bearing.
2 new bearings,
Four
4 new
four new
bearings,
bearings, because like you say, that out bearings
and them seals.
and them seals because they're short. Right,
Might as well do that, and then that with the front axle
that's the whole
finished.
front axle sorted then. No more of this. I'll carry on. Yes. Okay, I'll get on the blacks and order them wee boys. I think he's already sent me up them seals, so I just need the bearings and the seals for that. Top and bottom. Right folks, there you go. That's it for this week's video. We got the whole reduction hub and everything off on that side, and the outer part of the reduction hub off on this side. And just the top stud pin to come out, and then that'll come off. So that's easy enough. Had to make some special tools for this job. A special spanner thing there, and then this other, I don't know, it's like a puller, and these other little pullers as well. So that was a bit of a session getting that apart. I didn't think that was going to be just as hard as that. But anyway, it's apart now. Seals, bearings, etc. will be coming up from blacks, and we'll get it all back together. But that'll be a separate video. So that's it from me. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bit of wrecking, bit of stripping. Next week, all been well, we'll start putting it all back together again and getting that bit of it done. Anyway, see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.